Head up of Water Channel. Thank you for tuning in. Now, I want to give you some insight on how black people are treated in China, really all throughout Asia. But this incident happened in China. Okay. American football player, this is Wendell Brown Sr. right here, reportedly jailed in Chongqing since September of 2016 after an altercation at a bar. So Chongqing is a city in China. 30-year-old Wendell Brown, a Detroit native, was working as a football coach in Chongqing when he got into a disagreement with a group of locals during a night out on September 24th of 2016. Now, he's never played for an American football team. He played for Canadian, the CFL, the Canadian Football League, for the team in Winnipeg. Then he played for a team in Austria. Then he played for a team in China, and now he's coaching the team. Alexis Andrews, a friend of Brown's, told MichiganPreps.com that Brown had described what had happened to him at another bar shortly afterwards, telling her that the locals had become angry when he refused to party with them, and one man had thrown a bottle. Brown said that he had then retaliated in self-defense. Reportedly, Brown was the only one arrested following the incident. Okay, so let me stop right there. What he's saying, I believe wholeheartedly. I believe 100% of what is being said right here. A lot of people might be like, nah, this can't be true. Why would people act like that? A lot of people that are saying that have never been to China and they've never lived in China. I used to live in China, okay? I've traveled to different Asian countries. I've traveled to different countries. I used to live in China. I know how it is out there, okay? A lot of black people, this has happened to them where they're going out and somebody non-black that's drunk and being belligerent they just want to harass you. They don't have, their intent on approaching you isn't for them to make a new friend or to be friendly. They just want to harass you and give you little backhanded compliments and insult you and, just being belligerent, loud, and ignorant. And you're like, hey, I'm good, please leave me alone. All right? Then they don't want to leave you alone because they want you to react. It's like, hey, okay, I'm good, please leave me alone. I don't want to be bothered. All right? They still messing with you. Like, please, I don't want to hang out with you. Leave me alone, please. Okay? I'm with my friends. Please leave me alone. Because he didn't go out by himself. He was with a group of people. Okay? And they became angry when he refused to party with them. And one man had thrown a bottle at him. Somebody throwing a bottle at you can cause some serious damage. He then retaliated in self-defense. Somebody throws a bottle at you, you don't know what they're going to do next. You're just like, hey, you just want to get this person up off of you because they started it. He was the only one arrested following the incident, so that lets me know he was hanging around other people that were non-black. They all got arrested. And they let everybody else go. It was like, nah, this person right here, this black guy right here, now we want to make an example out of you and let you know how we really feel about you. Okay, we just want to let others know, put the word out there how we really feel about you. That's what happens out there in China. Okay, out here, really all throughout Asia, if you are out here as a black person and somebody just randomly comes up to you and starts swinging off on you, throwing blows. And the moment, they could have landed at least 10 punches. The moment you're like, okay, I'm going to defend myself, and you throw one swing and it lands on them, you're getting arrested and you're going away for a long time. Doesn't matter if that person was in the wrong. Since you didn't decide to run away or let them harm you, you are going to get arrested. You're going to get locked up. They're not going to give you a bail. They're not even going to talk about taking it to trial and when's your court date or your hearing. They don't care about that. They're like, nah, we're just going to set you in here, and when we feel like letting you go, that's when we'll let you go. Okay, so Brown arrived in China to play for the Chongqing Dockers of the American Football League of China back in 2015. He has a 10-year-old son. I think he has 2 kids. I looked on his Instagram, and his son right here was holding another baby. I don't know if that was his child or whatever, but I know he has one son for sure. This is 10-year-old son. And, a young man is left out here without his father over racism, bigotry, and pure hatred. All right? Why did they harass this man? This is what goes on in China and other countries in Asia as well. He wrote a letter. I'm not going to read the letter he wrote. He was talking about the Bible and scriptures and Jesus and Yeshua. When somebody talks that religion talk, I'm bringing awareness to this guy's situation. Okay, this is a sad, unfortunate situation that happened to him. But when a lot of black folks, y'all gotta get off the religion talk when somebody is mistreating you like this, because religion is synonymous with forgiveness. And let me tell you, I don't forgive nobody, because the people in China, they're not forgiving Wendell Brown for just defending himself. Nah, you should have just let them harass you. You should have just took them throwing a beer bottle at you. Back in March, Brown's family began a GoFundMe campaign to raise money for legal fees. So far, they have raised nearly $2,000 out of their $10,000 goal. Many details about this case are not known. It's unclear why Brown is still in jail 7 months after the incident. It's also uncertain when his next court date will be. However, this certainly would not be the first time that something like this has happened in a bar in China. And it definitely has not been the first time it's happened many times. Matter of fact, it's happened in the same city, Chongqing, right? There's another incident that happened. Gerald Ala Ompalo, he's from the Congo. I think he was a university student in Chongqing, or maybe he got his bachelor's or whatever from a different country, but I think he's working on his master's, and this is his girlfriend right here. Now, I've said this in my previous videos. If you're a black person in China, there's 35 million more men there's 35 million more women. No, excuse me. There's 35 million more men than women in China. So there's not enough women. There's not enough women to go around for the men over there. So a lot of those men over there are pretty much left to be virgins. They don't know what it's like to hug a woman, or kiss a woman, or be in a relationship. 35 million more men. Okay, so when they see you walking, when the men there see you walking with a foreigner, especially an African foreigner, they attack you. A lot of them will attack you. Okay, in this case, he was just walking down the street. 7 people approached him. It was like 4 guys and 3 girls. And they was yelling a whole bunch of racial epithets at him and cursing her out also. So then 2 guys attacked the girl. They started swinging off on her and grabbing her by the throat. And then he went in to break it up and, to shield her, use himself as a shield so she can get away. She tried to run, but they caught up with her, started beating her with like a metal object. And while he's like defending himself, he's not throwing any blows at this point in time, but they're swinging off on him. They've already landed multiple punches on him, but he's still standing on his feet. And then just to defend himself, he swung and hit the guy that had been swinging on him. Well, I don't know how many punches. Through one punch, the guy was injured from that punch. Maybe he punched him a couple times. I don't know. I know one of them was injured. She ran to notify the police. The police came. They arrested everybody, took reports, and the police sided with the Chinese people that attacked Gerald. And Gerald, they detained him for like 2 weeks, and he had to contact the Congolese embassy, and he had to pay 30,000 RMB, which is approximately $4,800, to bail him out. He didn't have any money to pay his rent, so they kicked him out. He couldn't leave the country because they took his passport. He couldn't find a job because if you don't have your passport, you can't work. Pretty much, you have to work under the table. And so he's not able to. Oh, and his university, because he was studying to get his master's, they suspended his classes, and he can't go to school. He's unable to work. Doesn't have any money available. Had to vacate his apartment. He can't pay the rent, and he can't leave the country. Okay, they wanted to take him to court. I think the court has already passed. I don't know the outcome of what happened, but they took him to court demanding 700,000 RMB, which is $112,000 in damages for the incident, and have refused Gerald's request to meet up with him to negotiate the case. The damages are supposed to cover the expenses and lost earnings of the attacker that was struck by Gerald, but he has been given neither receipts nor evidence to corroborate the amount that they have arrived at. Okay? So Gerald has been made to feel even more suspicious of the amount that is being demanded, as it includes a figure of 15,000 RMB, more than $2,400 for transport in a city where a taxi ride from one end of the city to the other costs around 30 RMB, which would account for almost 9 months of traveling every day from one edge of the city to the other. The amount in damages is the equivalent of 2 houses in the city, and he says he has no means of paying it, either through his own finances. So it's like they're suing you for defending himself, but you attacked him and his girlfriend first. This is what goes on, and this happened in the same city as Wendell Brown was in. Same city. Okay, this is how black folks are treated in China, because they attacked his girlfriend first. So, like any man would do, they would, run to the aid of their girlfriend and, protect them. He did what a man was supposed to do. In self-defense, he's protecting them. They were beating her with a metal object. It said a metal object. I don't know if it was a pole or whatever. But they were beating her, and they were beating on him. And the moment he defended himself, I'm going to lock you up, sue you. This is your bail. Can't even get his master's. Okay, so look up the story on this. All right, and read more into Wendell Brown's situation. He's been locked up for 7 months. 7 months because of hatred and bigotry. All right, I'm over and I'm out. Like, subscribe, comment, share this video, please. Bring awareness to show people of color how they're being treated out here in China. Well, I don't live in China right now, but this can happen anywhere in Asia. You defend yourself from somebody that's swinging off on you, you're going to jail. Doesn't matter. The only thing you can do is run. All right? I'm over and I'm out. Peace.